Today, I'm here in France with Abhishek Jha, president of Greenman Arth, a France-based AIFM. Abhishek, it's a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you, Diego. It's a pleasure as well.
Thank you very much for your time. Let's start with a broader picture. How do you see the French real estate market at the moment?
The French real estate market is actually doing pretty good. If you think about it, we have seen a series of quite significant events in the last few years. And the market, real estate market particularly slowed down since the interest rates started going up a couple of years back. 2024 was a relatively slower year for real estate market as a whole, all over the world, and France as well, because the interest rates were quite high, interbanking rates were quite high, so the volume of loans went down. But we've seen a big improvement or increase since the first quarter, because for the last 6 to 8 months the interest rates have been going down. ECB reduced the rates from above 4.5% to now 2.5%, and first quarter this year saw the biggest volume as compared to the first quarter of last year. So it's a big improvement.
Great. Yeah. I know that you are very interested in sustainability and innovation. What you are implementing, which principles in the retail industry you are implementing?
Yeah, so probably I'll take a step back first. So Greenman Arth is a Paris-based AIFM, and we manage a fund which is called GMA Essentialis. Okay. It's an SCPI, which means it's an open-ended retail investor fund. And we are SFDR Article 9, which is the highest level of sustainability conditions or let's say criteria that we can apply to real estate. So yeah, sustainability is pretty important for us, and it's at the core of our ownership and asset management strategy.
Okay, fantastic. And what innovative solutions are you most excited about?
Well, so if we think about it, our SCPI is focused on food retail. So we buy food retail properties in France and in Germany. So these are very simple assets, let's say large assets, 3,000 to 4,000 square meters with parking lots around them, and quite actually easy to improve in terms of asset management. For example, generally a supermarket is a big energy consumption machine, because sure, you have a lot of storage areas, you have cold storage, you have fridges, you have the stores are open pretty long time, fresh foods or all these frozen items, they are frozen 24/7. So there's a big energy consumption. And what we do is, when we look at an opportunity, we try to see how we can improve that. And Greenman Arth is a part of a group called Greenman, which has other subsidiaries. And we work with most of the subsidiaries to manage the assets on a daily basis. There's a subsidiary called Greenman Energy that installs and manages hyperchargers for electric cars and solar panels. So our strategy is to buy assets and hold them for a very, very long time, so 10 years, 15 years, or even more. And the idea is to deploy our sustainable initiatives, so installing hyperchargers, installing solar panels on the roofs, installing solar panels in the parkings, and overall trying to, first of all, convert the electricity that is consumed into green electricity by first selling to the tenants the electricity that is produced. Secondly, when the clients come in with their electric cars, we provide the charging, which again, overall, let's say, reduces the carbon footprint related to the consumption that happens in our properties. Sure. So these are a couple of initiatives. Plus, we use a lot of data to improve the functioning and operations of our properties.
Interesting. You just said about data. How do you use data to maximize your returns?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. So we have also one subsidiary in the group that is fully focused on in technology and data and processing and AI and all these things. So what we try to do is we put all different kinds of sensors in the parkings, within the stores, in the storage areas, and we try to see, first of all, we collect a lot of data. In certain cases, we can, for a few properties over 2 years, 3 years, we can collect more than 1 million data points, and we use them to see what is the pattern of consumption and how we can reduce the consumption. So let's say one way of reducing, because we're an Article 9 fund, our idea is to have the lowest or continuously reduce the carbon footprint of our assets under management and bring it to zero over the period of between now and 2050. And what happens is when we see the data, we can see which parts are consuming more and how we can reduce them. First of all, the overall volume of energy consumed, and then maximize the green energy use for them. So it's quite a complex process. It's a very hands-on kind of asset management, and we do it continuously. So yeah, data is an important part of sustainability for us.
Great, good to hear that. Yeah. As a retail specialist, what is your predictions for the French retail market?
So we do a lot of research. We have a lot of information about retail in general, and also because we are food focused, we actually have a lot of information on food and food-related retail industry. Okay. And in France particularly, food retail industry has been going through a transformation for a while. And for example, last year there was a large operator that sold all of its asset, and it was liquidated. So the assets were taken over by other performers, other competitors. And if you will, the French market is a very concentrated and competitive market. There are a few operators, let's say 5 or 6 operators that own 75 or 80% of the market. Okay. So we see that there's a lot of dynamic activity in this market. It's improving quite a bit. The consumers are also changing their pattern of consumption, and our assets are becoming more and more important for the retailers, because you can imagine that a supermarket that we typically own is a place where customers like to go, because food retail is a very physical retail. People prefer going to the to shop there for food. And we see that, the importance or the significance of our assets is improving every year for the retailers. And also it's good for us because it proves that our investment strategy is a very sustainable, long-term, high, let's say not high performance, but stable performance sector. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And what you appreciate the most of our GRI meetings and our club?
GRI, yes. So GRI is actually quite good because we've been a part of GRI, and we've been coming here for a long time, and we see real value in it because, first of all, it's a platform where some of the top professionals from France and also from Europe, they come in and they have a free exchange. So we get to have these discussion sessions by themes, and generally, for example, I'm focused on retail and food, so I can share a lot of insight into what I've seen in the last few years and how I see the next couple of years. We have similar discussions for all other kinds of real estate, and that helps us to actually understand the dynamics, how the things are changing. And again, we can have a free exchange among investors and other parties, bankers, lawyers, notaries, and it's a very, in a way, informative, intense day or two, but it's quite positive, and it helps, I think, globally. It helps a lot for us to understand how the whole market is moving.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you, Aaron.